The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, I'm Donta.
And hey, I'm Dana.
And welcome to the Donta Show.
What's up, Village? It's your boy Kwame, the man with the plan behind the stands. I'm going to go ahead and make this quick because some of y'all got mouths and be talking mess in the comments and saying that the intro commercial is too long. So, I got something for you. Here we go. Let's get into it. Before we bring out these awesome kings, I need you to stop what you're doing. Excuse me? Excuse me? Ma'am? Sir? You? Yeah, you! Whether you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, I need you to go ahead and share this live stream. Donta and Dana didn't get all dressed up for you not to share their melanated goodness. So share. You share everything else up in here. Share some quality content for your boys. Now that we mentioned YouTube, are you subscribed to the Donta Show's YouTube? Oh, you're not? Oh, girl. I'm going to need y'all to get it together. Join the village. Go over to www.youtube.com/Donta Morrison. And when you get a chance, head over to Dr. Morrison's. That's right, your boy got his PhD. Head over to Dr. Donta Morrison's website, www.dontamorrison.com, where you can learn more about the man, the myth, the legend known as Donta. And while you're at it, grab some TDS merch and his books. Yes, purchase those smutty books filled with smut. Grab The End of the Rainbow and Yesterday Clarified. And last but not least, head over to the company that put this all together, Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a proactive network focused on providing an innovative space for content creators and entrepreneurs. PMN is dedicated to giving its viewers a diverse entertainment experience while helping content creators elevate their production, engagement, and overall branding. To date, PMN has reached over 1 million viewers and listeners internationally, produced over 52 successful shows with high ratings and fanfare, and has housed over 60 content creators, brands, and businesses through entertainment and consulting services exclusive to PMN. Pyro Media Network is a network that makes you feel at home. So if you have an idea for a show, podcast, or need some professional video and audio production for your business or brand, then join the Pyro family today. Go ahead and visit www.pyromedianetwork.com and we will show you how to go to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome my brothers from another mother, the dynamic duo, the melanated kings themselves, Donta and Dana. Let's get it. Let's go!
What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Welcome to another edition of the Donta Show with your boy, Donta Morrison. Yes, you are seeing me sitting here solo bolo, and that is because my partner in crime, the man, the myth, the legend, the D, the N, the A, is out. I don't want to say trick-or-treating, but he's out doing what people do on a Halloween night, and that's getting all the candy. Just like candy. So he is out. He's not going to be here tonight. So I am glad that y'all are here. What's up, Z Will? What it do, what it do, what it do. So I'm glad that you guys are here with me on tonight. Small crowd, I'm not tripping. I don't care because no matter who is tuning in, it's all about quality and not quantity. And I appreciate anybody that checked in on tonight and is down to have this conversation. So, while you are here, let me first give a shout out to all of you that dressed up on today. Whatever you did to celebrate what today, let me see, what today has evolved into being, kudos and congratulations. I'm not sure what you did. I didn't dress up. I was a frat boy today. Kappa Lambda Chi till I die. All right, so that's what I did today. That was my costume. I walked in the office with all of my frat gear. My staff was like, "Who you supposed to be? What you doing?" I'm a frat boy. Yeah, peep it, catch game. So I'm excited. I'm good. So what you probably don't know is the topics that the Donta Show comes up with. I don't come up with them. The man behind the screen, Mr. Kwame Corbett, he really does the show running and creates the topics, the content, the subjects, and whatever. And then I just fall in alignment and I just go for whatever I know about the subject. So I'm excited about tonight's conversation. Is Black unification possible? Is it? I don't know, but I'm not going to beat you over the head with that subject. I want to approach it from a different perspective. That's something that I love to do. I'm kind of good at doing that, to kind of tweak it and twist it a little bit to make us think differently and think outside the box. So if this is your first time watching the Donta Show, welcome. I appreciate you. If you are a repeat viewer, welcome back. Let's make it happen. But whoever you are, please follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to YouTube, youtube.com/Donta Morrison, youtube.com/Donta Morrison, and you'll be notified every single time we go live. You'll get an alert in your inbox. You'll get some kind of notification to say, hey, don't miss the Donta Show because he is live right now. So listen, those that are part of the village, you have been following, you've been supporting, you've been rocking with us. I thank you. I appreciate you. Otherwise, I'm just one dude talking to myself. And although I don't really care because sometimes I'm the best friend that I'd ever need, I'm glad that you are here on tonight watching and showing up. So at this time, please invite your friends, your family, your cousins, your loved ones, everybody you know, just get them up in here and let's talk about tonight's topic. Let's talk about tonight's situation. Let's talk about the Donta Show. Let me open it up on Facebook and see who's watching over there. Let's see. All right, cool, bet. So we got this going. We getting it out there. We getting it out there, y'all, but it's all good. So I'm going to take these off because they're kind of jingling and jangling, and I don't want to mess up the sound because Kwame gets all in my ear. All right. So when we think about this subject, is Black unification possible and all that? Yes, of course. All things are possible to those who believe. That's Bible, that is scripture. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. However, are we in a space for Black unification? And I know it seems like we're beating a dead horse. Our people are getting exhausted of talking about it. How do we come together? People are getting burnt out with that subject. Oh my God, we're so divided, yada, yada, yada. And I want to focus on the burnt out part. I want to focus on the exhaustion. I want to focus on the parts of us that is just fatigued with the challenges that we face as people of color, specifically Black people. And last week's show, if you mentioned it, Daryl Walter was the guest on the show last week, and he was really transparent in talking about his need to sit still and really unpack his life, unpack all that he's been going through or has been through, and get to the root cause of certain situations and certain behaviors. And that for me, that was a phenomenal conversation because honestly, it tapped me on the shoulder and made me look at myself. Am I empty? Have I poured everything that I have out? Have I just given my all? And to be honest, I sat and I was like, well, yes, I am a tad bit empty. I do feel like I'm the only one, doing what I do. I feel like I'm just pushing and pushing and pushing. And it's like, well, how can I encourage anyone to be unified or encourage anyone to just come together when I am feeling like, yo, I can't do this no more, or enough is enough. So when it comes to your life, and when it comes to where you are in your space, where are you right now? How do you feel? How are you navigating? Am I looking fuzzy? Because I think for me, I'm looking clear, but I'm looking at us on YouTube and Facebook and it looks a little fuzzy. Well, I can't fix that right now. But what I can do is I can keep talking. Hopefully the sound is coming through okay. If you are hearing me okay, just put some in the comments saying, yeah, we hear you just fine. So I want to what's up, Daryl Leslie? What it do, fam? Thanks for checking me out. Hey, Daryl, if it's a little fuzzy, I apologize. I can't fix that, but hopefully the sound is coming through okay. If the audio is okay, then I'm good. I'm happy. I'm all right. So I just want to just ask, do you feel burnt out? Do you feel exhausted? And I was talking to someone else. I do a lot of talking to people. I was talking to someone else last week. Cool. As long as you hear me, that's good because the message is in my voice. I was talking to someone else about when it comes to pouring of yourself and just doing all that you can to try to create, this new system of existence when it feels like you're pouring all that you got on seeds that don't want to be watered, on soil that's just dead and dried out, and I think that we need to take a step back. And that when I say we, I talk about people of color, Black people specifically, take a step back to just kind of sit still and just breathe. Really just take some time to breathe, to just pause and say, okay, we've been through a lot. We're going to go through a lot more. But in this moment right now, we need to just sit still and just process all that's going on. And I say that because when I log into Instagram, I see stuff that's like, wow, it's just all this toxic stuff. It's all this, girls fighting and people getting shot and police injustice and all this kind of stuff. And we're constantly inundated with all this, what do they call it? Cyber trauma porn. Yeah. We're covered with all this trauma porn to where we become desensitized to a lot of stuff. And I don't know about you, but it's become easier for me to just keep scrolling past issues and circumstances that in times past I would have stopped and been like, oh my God, that's terrible. Oh my God, we need to pray. Oh my God, we need to come together. But now it's just like you looking at the screen and you like, wow, another one. Wow, another one. Okay. Oh well, and then you find something funny to land on, or you find something, that'll take you out of that kind of depressed state of mind and just chuckle at it for a minute, even though it makes no sense. It's just buffoonery, but you'd rather look at that than look at the realities of the stuff that we are dealing with as people of color, specifically Black people, what we're dealing with. So when we talk about unification, unify to do what? I don't think we need to unify to try to fight the system right now. We need to unify to hold each other. We need to unify to embrace one another. We need to unify to be a shoulder to cry on. We need to unify to be a something to listen to. Clarence Lester. Hey, what's up, Clarence? Where you been, man? Come on. I recently shut my IG off for that very reason. Exactly. Clarence, it's becoming just like, wow. And I think about all the kids, or all the millennials or all the Gen Zers that have free access to Instagram, TikTok or whatever, and they're being exposed to all this toxic stuff that is going on, and they're not talking to individuals that can help them process what they're seeing. At some point, I'm always an advocate that kids need to be kids. Kids should be kids. And I recall growing up in the, early 80s, early 90s, whatever, growing up and seeing things and being like, wow, for me, it was a lot. But looking back at what we were exposed to, that wasn't nothing compared to what these kids are seeing now. These kids now are seeing people, literally being beat down by the police. For us, we saw the Rodney King beating and was like, oh my God, that is too much. But it's unfortunate that you fast forward, almost 30 years and you see Rodney King's beatings I don't want to say it's become the norm, but it's so common on social media that we just like, wow, and another one, real DJ Khaled, and another one. And another one, to some point, what do you find yourself doing? Wow, cop beats Black man. Okay, scroll. Cop shoots Black man. Okay, scroll. Cop beats Black woman. Okay, scroll. Cop shoot Black woman. Okay, scroll. Cop shoots unarmed teen. Okay, scroll. And it's like, okay, let me find something happy to watch. If you keep seeing that or keep exposing yourself to that, and let me preface this. This is not a cop bash show. Okay. I don't do that. I'm not bashing cops. So if you are in law enforcement, if you are watching, yes, there are some good cops. There are some good law enforcement officers out there. There are some ones that are really standing on the tenets and the merit of what they have been charged to do. However, there are some bad ones. Can we call a thing a thing? But if you are exposed to that as an adult, you can some kind of way try to find a salve to get you past that hurdle. But what about these kids that are being exposed to that? Unify to do what? Unify to do what? What are we doing to make sure that the next generation is feeling some kind of healing before they start fighting? No one needs to go into battle bloody and bruised. No one needs to go into battle weary and exhausted. No one needs to go into battle and you got a arrow in your back, you got a bullet in your neck, you got all this stuff going on, and we send you out into battle. No one should go into battle if they're ill prepared. But right now, we're telling folks to stand up and revolt. Revolt, fight the power, fight the man, fight the system, push back, push back, push back. Okay, but they have not yet processed everything that they have seen to push them to the point of rage. Then you go in there, you fighting blindly. You ever seen somebody just so mad that all they doing is swinging? They just swinging, ain't hitting nothing, but they swinging. There's no plan, there's no strategy. There's no training, there's nothing. They just start swinging because they mad. What are we doing? Pre-unification. What are we doing to prepare? What are we doing to prepare? Clarence, you made a very good point. I appreciate that, man, because it's real talk. A lot of folks, a lot of us need to just take a step back from Instagram or those Facebook pages that are just revving us up, revving us up. Now, it's one thing to be enlightened. Yes, be enlightened, stay aware, and stay abreast of what is going on. But it makes no sense to constantly watch things that's going to push you over the edge, and you are not in a position to fight it back from a healthy mindset. All right. So with that being said, we need to take a pause, check in on each other. You good, bro? You good, sis? How you dealing with all this that's going on? How you dealing with all this that you were seeing? How are you dealing with everything that we're being showed that's coming against us? How are you navigating these spaces? What are you doing to make sure your mental is okay? And we talk about mental health. We push mental health. We're forcing mental health down the throats of everybody. But are people really getting involved in mental health practices? Are really having healthy conversations or healthy discourse? Are you coming together to watch the game only? Or do you ever come together to say, let's have a brother event party, a brother party? We can all come as Black brothers and just sit down and talk about how we feel in this dispensation in time as Black men. How are we feeling? Bruh, I'm just checking in with you. Let's all come together, put some hot wings on the table, get some beers, get some water for those who are saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost, filled, and fire baptized. Get your water, get what you got to get, and then just go around the table. Bruh, how are you feeling? How are you doing? How are you handling this time? What did you think about what happened to old boy? What did you think about that? Kwame says, I agree. I take breaks from TikTok, especially on the weekends, because it's a lot of content that is thrown at us. It's a lot of content. If you are sitting looking at your phone all day, let's just say you just look at your phone, just hours on end, and you scrolling and scrolling and scrolling at all these different stories, all these different shares, all these different updates. Are you taking time to process what you're watching? Are you taking time to say, whoa, that story was powerful. That story was about this. Let me set the phone down and let me chew on that for a minute. What was that creator really get me to see? What was that creator really trying to get me to understand? Let me sit back and be like, okay, pick up the phone and go to the next one. Pick up the phone and go to the one after that. What are you doing to make sure that your mental is okay within this space? What are you doing? All right. So I just think it's important that let me see. Z Will said we don't have social media other than Facebook, but definitely don't view it daily. Right. You got to be mindful of how you are viewing social media. You got to be mindful of what you're looking at and how you are handling this. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do, y'all? We're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna try to reboot this to give y'all a clear picture, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. All right, Kwame, give me a break, man. Give me a break so I can get some water too. back to the second half of the Donta Show. Yo, listen, I hope my screen is cleared up. If it's not, hey, I don't know what to tell you, but we are back for part 2. Clarence Lester just chimed in, talked about a book called Powernomics. And I heard about Powernomics. I heard about it. I haven't gotten a chance to pick it up yet, but I did hear about it. So I did hear that it is a good read. I'm gonna check it out, Clarence. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna see what Powernomics is all about. So I just shared that in the thread. So those who want to check out Powernomics, go check out Powernomics and let's see what it's all about. All right, so we're back. Clearly, this show is gonna end a little early today because one, I'm tired, but two, I just think when we talk about breathing and exhaling and all that, listen to my pastor. He preached on this last Sunday. I've been preaching for the past few Sundays about the importance of resting, and shout out to my pastor, Bishop W. Todd Urban Sr. of Church One Ministries in the city of Long Beach. And he's been doing this phenomenal series, just talking about the importance of resting and just get some rest. And we go so hard every single day. We go hard every day, all day. And I always think about the fact that as Black people, we wake up going hard. We wake up on the grind. We wake up just pushing through. We wake up just trying to make it happen, because a lot of us are on the defense, especially Black men in America. Well, Black women too. Let me not dismiss what Black women are going through, but Black people in America, we wake up just kind of holding our breath like, okay, is today going to be a good day? How am I going to exist in today? What's going to happen on today? Then you go to social media and instantly upon looking at social media, it's like boom, 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 boom. If it's not something happening, in the economy, something happening in the hip hop community, something happening with systemic racism, just all kind of stuff happening. And we push through that on the daily. And that's before we even get to work. We are pushing through from the time we wake up to the time we lay down. But at what point do we just stop and sit back and say, yo, I need to take a break. I need to rest. I need to breathe. I need to make sure that my mental is okay. And if you're not doing that, I strongly encourage you to do what you got to do to make sure that your mental is okay. Because if your mental is not okay, how are you going to encourage someone else to be better? How are you going to encourage someone else to keep going? Because you're doing it from a place of, I don't want to say falsity, but you're not being honest. We tell everybody, oh, just keep going. It's going to be okay. Half time, you don't even believe it because you're tired. You're worn out. You're broken. So what are you doing for you? And everybody always says, oh, I make sure to take time for me. I'll pour myself a glass of wine every single day. Okay, that becomes an addiction. But what are you doing to just really rest your mind? And I'm trying to get into the practice of doing that on a regular, just trying to find some kind of way to sit still and just meditate, right? You can't pour from an empty cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup. But at the same time, we're, like I said last week, we're dead longer than we're alive. So we need to live our life. I personally don't want to live my life every single day on the battlefield. And I know there is a song, I am on the battlefield for my Lord. And I promise him that I will serve him until I die. I am on the battlefield for my Lord. But no one wants to be on the battlefield every single day of their life. The military does not even do that to their soldiers. They don't do that to their soldiers. They will pull you off the battlefield for a little R&R, rest and relaxation. They will pull you away from the front lines. They will pull you away from the war zone so you can take a season to recoup, to refocus, to rethink, to reprocess, to understand what's going on. Because if you just keep going to war, keep battling, keep fighting, keep shooting, imagine how numb you will be to the reality of what you're dealing with. You'll become numb. And once you stop feeling, you start hurting other people as well because you don't feel nothing. That's a sociopath, to be quite honest. But once you start getting to that mindset, so what are you doing to just sit still, to sit back and then say, okay, let me take some time to just breathe and reset. If you are a person that needs to reset, just put in the comments, yo, I need to reset. I need to sit back and reset. And one thing I love about, if Clarence is still watching, I used to watch Clarence's Instagram and Facebook, and Clarence, is into the glamorous lifestyle, not glamorous. That's a place out there where you can just ride your four-wheelers and go on a lake Havasu and all that kind. I'd be like, hey, Clarence is living. Clarence is making this happen. Clarence is doing some things. And many of us, we don't take time to do the stuff we love. We'll put it on the back burner and say, okay, I'll focus on that tomorrow, or I'll get around to it this weekend. Then the weekend come, you too tired from fighting all week, Monday through Friday. So on Saturday, all you want to do is lay in the bed. You're not laying in the bed because you want to rest. You're laying in the bed because you're exhausted and you can't move, because you just broke down. You're at the end of it. You're just done. So it's like there's a difference. Come on. Exhausted. You just collapse on Saturday and you want to get up and get out, enjoy the beautiful weather, get out, do something for yourself, go get your nails done, go get your hair done, go do all that. And your mind is saying, you'll do it next week. Just push through 7 more days. You can do it next week. No. Make a conscious effort every single day to find time to rest. Make a conscious effort every day. Even if it's just like 15, 20 minutes where you're just sitting in your car and you're like, okay, just rest and take it in, because we are trying to process so much negative stuff at once. You got to think about the fact within the last 3 years, we, people of color, specifically Black people, we have had to endure so much. If it wasn't COVID, it was systemic injustice. We went through COVID. We went through the George Floyd situation. We saw the Capitol building get stormed. We went through Trump. We went through all of that. In every single situation, we just getting popped and socked and popped and sucker punched and all that kind of stuff. Then you add to the fact you still got to go to work. You still got to deal with your family. You still got to deal with your kids. You still got to deal with school. You still got to deal with your friends and your associates and their situations and their problems. You got to keep food on the table. You got to pay your rent. You got to pay your car note. You got to do all of that kind of stuff. Clarence, I ain't even got to the churches yet, and you still got to go to church. When do you have time for you? In all of that, when do you have time for you? Because 9 times out of 10, when you do go get your nails done, your hair done, all that kind of stuff, you're doing that so the world will think you're okay. You're not doing that for you. You're doing that so nobody will question how you feeling. They'll say, yo, you look good. You looking good, girl. Look at them nails. Look at that hair. Yo, bruh, look at that cut. Look at that line. You doing all that kind of stuff so folks will not know what you are really dealing with. So folks will not know that on the inside, you are wore out, you are broken. So you put on the external facade of the makeup, the hair, the nails, the nice clothes, the nice fit. But on the inside, you are screaming for help. You are screaming for a break. You are screaming for a getaway. You are screaming for some type of healing. You are screaming for things to change. But the exterior is giving off this appearance of all is well, everything is good. You know why? Because you don't want nobody to really ask you, how are you doing? Because if the right person asks you, so how you doing? And that how you doing hits your spirit, you are going to faint like Celie in The Color Purple when Suge Avery left. You are going to collapse right where you stand, because the right person can get to the core of you and say, yo, you looking good, but how are you? That's it. And once that happens, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Once you open up and the floodgates of what you're dealing with is coming out, listen, yes, faster than the heathen at altar call. Yes. And going back to what Clarence said, if Clarence, can you pull that up? Kwame, Clarence said something about with as many Black churches that we had, why we not more unified. That what you said, Clarence, that is powerful. That is powerful, and it's also about accountability. With as many Black churches in the community, why aren't Black folks more unified? It's because what I just said. Because the Black church, hate to say it this way, but the Black church has taught a lot of us how to lie about how we're doing. Because the Black church teaches us to walk into the church like we got it all together. Everything is okay. God is good. God is keeping me. God is blessing me. God is this. God is that. If we walk into the Black church showing any signs of weakness, guess what? Our faith is questioned. Oh, you stopped trusting God, huh? Where is your faith? Listen, gas is $7. I got $4 in my pocket. I got faith. What I don't have is $7. You say something like that in church, oh my goodness, they're going to pour the oil on you. They're going to lay hands on you. They're going to cast the demon out. The demon of doubt is going to come out of you. So the black church, Clarence, just to answer your question, the black church is not prepared to be honest. The black church won't be honest. The black church is filled with so many people that are broken, that are crying on the inside, but they got on the baddest hat, the baddest Don Da Vinci suit, the baddest everything. They got on the baddest everything. But so many broken people are sitting inside the black church playing church because they don't want the saints to know how broken, damaged, and hurt they really are because they don't want to be judged. Sad to say. So we would see more unification in the church, or we would see more unification in the black community if the church was a space that allowed you to be transparent about what you're going through, and they help you to navigate out of that situation without just using little simple words like, oh, just pray about it. You don't think I've prayed? You don't think I've talked to God? So you're assuming I've not talked to God about my problems. You're assuming I've not mentioned to God that I only got $4 and I need $7 to get a gallon of gas. You're assuming all this, right? So, and most people say, well, I prayed for you. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. And stop saying you're going to pray for me because you're not. Just stop. I've been guilty of doing that. And I am a church kid, but I've been guilty. Somebody comes to me and say, oh my God, Donta, can you pray for me? Okay. Just like the mama in Friday, when she say, call me, girl. Okay. She ain't gonna call her. And most of us, we're expecting people in the church to keep their word and do what they say they're gonna do, only to be let down by the individual. Or we'll look at people and say, hey, well, did you pray for me? Did you pray for me? Yeah, I prayed for you. God ain't did it yet. Well, hold on. Don't give up. I prayed for you. No, you didn't. Just be 100 and say, yeah, I didn't get around to you yet. I'm trying to get $3 extra to put a gallon of gas in my car. I'll pray for you tomorrow, but I didn't pray today. I'm going to be 100. I'm going to keep it 100. No, I didn't. And I think I would appreciate a saint that was that honest. Listen, if you are a saint of God and I said, ask if you pray for me and you say, no, I ain't got to you yet. Yo, keep it 100. Thank you for that. Thank you. Now I know you did not. But people don't want that kind of brutal honesty. They don't want that kind of honesty because we put people on these pedestals and these platforms not realizing they are human too, going through a human experience. Donta is going through stuff just like you going through stuff. I ain't got to you yet because I'm still trying to pray my way out of my situation. Now I'm just saying, and it's not intentional, it's not malicious, but people are going through things. And if we can all just sit down in one space and say, yo, we all going through it. So let's all pray for ourselves together in this circle. And I'm going to sit here while you pray for you, and I'm going to pray for me. And it's not selfish. To me, it's not selfish. It's acting in honesty. It's just being honest. And like Clarence says, I don't want people to pray for me. I tell people that all the time. Don't pray for me. And everybody got their own reasons, when it comes to that. Everybody has their own relationship and their own way of navigating their faith. Everybody has their own way of doing it. And just because you don't understand how I navigate it does not mean that I'm wrong. I don't understand how you navigate it either. Black unity, bringing it back. And the church always comes up when I talk about Black unity and bringing the Black community together. The church comes up. Why? Because the church is the hub of the Black community. Historically, the Black church is the hub of the Black community. Even people that did not go to church, or people who did not even believe in Jesus Christ, they will go to the Black church for information. You cannot tell me that everybody that went to listen to Martin Luther King Jr. in the churches went to that church or even went to church. They went there because it was a meeting place. It was a social hub for the Black community. It was a safe space to gather and be informed. Period, point blank. Period. They didn't go there to shout. They didn't go there to get filled. They didn't go there to get saved. They went there to hear some motivating words from Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., who was going to talk about what they were going through as far as racism in the South. Period. They weren't trying to find the Lord. They were trying to get a message, period. And to me, the Black church has kind of steered away. Well, not all of them, but a lot of Black church has steered away from being those community hubs where people can come and get information because the Black church is not as informed as it used to be, or is not trying to be as informed. And the Black church does not spew out pro-Blackness in the way that I think it should. I think the Black churches should be more Black affirming. I think the Black churches should not be scared to talk about Black issues that are affecting Black people. Black churches should not be afraid to do that. But that kind of passion has kind of fizzled out. That kind of passion has changed. I know a lot of Black clergy that just don't talk about Black issues. They don't talk about what Black people are going through. They generalize everything. But it's like, no, there are certain things in America that are specific to the plight and the challenges of Black people that need to be addressed. All right, so say that. Now, when we go to social media, unification, I think social media can be a powerful tool to unify the Black community. But like I said about 2 weeks ago, unify us to do what? What do we want to do? What are we trying to do? So what are we being unified for? And I think that is something we also need to unpack. What are we being unified for? But we cannot be unified in a state of exhaustion. If we are exhausted, we're not going to continue whatever we start because we're going to be too tired to further it. So we need to honestly sit down, like I said, reset, unpack, breathe, and find out who has the ability to do what and appoint people accordingly. Until we do that, we're going to constantly be on this hamster wheel of who's leading us, who's showing us the way, what's happening. I'm so lost. I'm so confused. How do I get my way out of this? Come on, Black person, lead me, lead me, lead me. No, everybody tired. Everybody tired. So, all right. Now, that felt good. Speaking of Black people, I'm going to flip it a little bit. Speaking of Black people and unified, Kanye has apologized. I know that's a hard turn down Vernon. Y'all was ready for that, but I turned the car real fast. Hard turn down Vernon. But Kanye apologized. Yes, Clarence, capitalism, of course. Because the Black church is a business. So let's just keep it 100 what that is. But so Kanye has apologized to the Black community. And I don't know. Are y'all here for it? How does it make you feel? What you think about it? Listen, I mean, hey, some folks I've noticed are writing for Kanye hard. They love Kanye. They think Kanye is the next best thing. And Kanye is spitting truth and speaking facts. And yes, Kanye, tell them about themselves and all that kind of stuff. Okay. That's fine. I don't yuck nobody's yum. Whatever you believe, what you eat, don't get me fat. I am fine with it. However, I am curious to wonder why we keep your apology. Listen, Paul, come on here. I am trying to understand why did we get in such why did the manufacturers and Anna Wintour and all that, why they get in such an uproar when Kanye talked about the Jewish community, but he was never canceled when he talked about the George Floyd tragedy. He was never canceled when he did all the stuff with Trump. He was never canceled when he said slavery was a choice. He was never canceled by Adidas. He didn't lose any endorsements when he talked about all the stuff that when he talked about Black people and all that, nothing was canceled. But the minute he talked about the Jewish community, he loses all kind of contracts, endorsements, money, and whatnot. So that would lead me to believe what Kanye said is true. True. And we all know this. There is a system of power that is not the color of us that is pulling the strings of all of this. When you come for them, you get shut down. When you come for us, nothing happens. But at the same time, that was also us not really holding him accountable for the things that he said and not really charging these companies to say, yo, he just said slavery was a choice, Adidas. What's up with that? We buy your shoes. He's talking about us. That's not cool. Did he get canceled by Adidas? No. Did he lose any endorsements? No. But when he said talking about the Jewish people, what did he lose? So for me, Kanye did shed light on some situations that we all knew to be true. We all know that who's in power, but at the same time, I'm wondering, how are they going to explain that? How are they going to explain why they did not remove his endorsements when he talked about Black people? And that's the part that I'm trying to unpack and better understand. He talked about Black folks and nothing happened. Will Kanye lose the Black community as far as when it comes to record sales? He put out another album, he's going to lose numbers and whatnot? Probably not. But we're a funny people. We do things and we're loyal to the end, but we're going to keep pushing past that as well. As you know, in a few weeks, Black Panther 2 will be coming out. So we're talking about Black unification. Black Panther 2, I think is going to create some unity that we have not seen since Black Panther came out. A lot of folks are excited about Black Panther 2. They want to see who was the new Black Panther. Who do you think the new Black Panther is? Some people say this is going to be his little sister. Some folks say it's going to be the who's the big dude? Who's the big dude? I forgot who the big dude was. I forgot what his name was. M'Baku. Some folks say it's going to be M'Baku, but I'm not sure who it's going to be. But I do think it's going to be a good movie. But my question is, do you think Black Panther 2 is going to surpass Black Panther 1 at the box office? I got my tickets already. I bought my tickets last month. So I got my tickets to go see Black Panther 2. But I'm wondering, do y'all think that Black Panther 2 is going to surpass Black Panther and what Black Panther did in the box office? I personally think it will. I think folks are going to go see it, in memory of Chadwick. They're going to go out and support Chadwick and okay, we got to go and make sure that this just breaks numbers and all that kind of stuff. So I do think it's going to surpass it. But then, what's up, Dijon? How you doing, fam bam? I do think it's going to surpass it, but I'm not sure. So what say ye? Will Black Panther 2 surpass the original Black Panther? And theatrically, do you think Black Panther 2 is going to be a better movie than Black Panther 1? Just as a movie, the storyline, all that. I thought the storyline in the original Black Panther was amazing. I'm sad that Michael B. Jordan died, at the end. Some people say he didn't die, he just passed out. He looked dead to me, but some folks said, no, he didn't die. He just passed out. He had blood loss, and yada, yada. He just fainted, Okay. So he's going to be in the sequel and he's going to be a surprise visit, Okay. Hey, stranger things have happened. Speaking of stranger things, when does the new season come back? But okay, sorry. So I don't know. So Kwame says, I'm not sure we'll surpass the first one, but I do think it will be up there. Now, the GA is for this year, we got Black Panther 2 coming out, and we also have Avatar 2 is coming out. So Avatar 2 is coming out as well. So those are two juggernauts, that's going to hit the theaters. Black Panther 2 is going to make some money, but I think Avatar 2, I think it's going to just I think it's going to knock Black Panther 2 out the water. That's just me. James Cameron, I think Avatar 2 is going to annihilate the 2022 movie season. I'm sorry. I think Avatar 2 is going to just come in and just put everything else in a headlock and just say, take that, take that, take that. So that's what I think. Kwame said Killmonger died, child. It's in the comics. Listen, Kwame, a lot of stuff's in the comics. I ain't seen Storm in Black Panther yet. Have you seen Storm in Black Panther? Now, in the comics, is she in Black Panther? She showed been in the movies. Not the Halle Berry version. No version of Storm has been. I'm sorry. I ain't seen Storm in Black Panther. So, yeah. I'm just saying. So, I'm just saying. So Kwame, Kwame, I am a Renaissance man. I can fit into almost any kind of conversation. I can make it happen. I can even make you think I know everything about it, and I know absolutely nothing. That's called a gift from God. All right. Hey y'all. So check this out. I really hope that you guys got something on tonight's conversation. I hope you guys just listen to tonight's conversation and really taking my words to heart that we all need to rest. So the topic was Black unity. Black unity, Black unity, Black unity. But we cannot be unified. We cannot go into battle if we are exhausted. So take time to reset, refresh, and relax. Take time to just unplug and just sit down and be like, okay, this is my moment to really just breathe and process all that I have been trying to push through over the last few years. Just take time to think about that. And then once you have come up for air, once you are able to refill your lungs with fresh oxygen, then we can suit you up and put you out there back on the battlefield. But for right now, if you know that you are too tired to fight, you are too worn out for war, be honest about it. Be honest with your friends, family, cousins, loved ones, whomever is trying to get you to keep going. If you are too tired, be honest and say, yo, right now, I can't get in that fight. That's not my fight right now. I will be of no good. I will serve no purpose. Use wisdom. And then when you feel ready to jump back in, Get on up in the battlefield with me and let's make this happen. All right. So this Saturday I'm having an event. I'm hosting an event. It is called Conversations with Clergy. I'm excited about this talk because, as you all know, I am big on trying to build bridges between the faith community, science community, get the church talk about sexual health. I got some dynamic speakers. I got Pastor Lawrence Dove, Dr. Najuma Smith-Pollard, Michael J.T. Fisher, Cedric Nelms, and Kurt Thomas. They're all going to be on the panel. It's just a quick 2-hour conversation. It's a live and in-person conversation about HIV and sexual health from a faith-based perspective. And it's happening at the Renewed Church Los Angeles, 2801 West 54th Street. So it will be that if you want to see me live and in person, you never saw me in person before, come on out. Also, come on out and have this good conversation or hear what these pastors got to say about sexual health. And these are pastors from all across the board. You know, they all come at the Bible differently, but they do have this common understanding that we need to talk about sexual health from a faith perspective. So I hope you can make it out this Sunday. Please come on out. Come on out. Come on out. I posted on my social media pages and Instagram. It got like 2 likes. It's so funny. Check it out. Go to Instagram, Donta_Morrison. Look at my IG page and look at the latest post, and you will see it. Put this flyer up, this beautiful little message about the church and sexual health and yada, yada, yada. Got like 2 likes. People like, forget what you're trying to do with the church. I'm sick of them. And I get it. I'm over it. But gotta keep fighting. Gotta keep fighting. All right. That's it for tonight, y'all. Thank you for checking out the Donta Show. I am back on tomorrow night. I cannot wait to see you again for another lively round of conversation and dialogue. If you've yet to subscribe to the Donta Show, make sure to do that. YouTube.com/Donta Morrison. Once again, YouTube.com/Donta Morrison. It will cost you absolutely nothing to subscribe. Nothing. Nada. Nothing. Daryl, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Daryl, make sure to rest, exhale, and just rest. Get some rest. We got a long way to go, bro, and a short time to get there. All right. So listen, y'all, take care. Good night. I will see you tomorrow right here on Facebook Live and Instagram. Village, you know I rocks with y'all till the wheels fall off. Thank y'all for supporting me. I'm going to support you, and I will see you Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on the social media. Good night.